Good evening and Merry Christmas, everyone. This is the award show where we give coal and presents to all of the amazing games and developers behind them throughout... Man, I don't even know where I'm going with the sentences I'm starting.
Do you want to write a script?
No. Get back behind the curtain. This is the award show where we give presents and sometimes coal to the wonderful games and developers behind them that have come out this year. We are here recording before Christmas. I am your host, Uncolored Page, soon to be formerly known as. I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway, we're going to be doing an award show. I am here with my host as well, Ryan. Black carpet in his place that will take the place of Ryan. It contribute just as much.
We've been away for a very long time, and I've just been stuck in that position, just waiting for the next show to start.
That's really bad for you. You may need to go to a chiropractor. That's kind of crazy.
I'm sure I do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Today, we're going to be... Are you ready for the award show today? Are you prepared? Have you prepared in any way?
No.
Okay, well, but today we are here on Christmas, and firstly, Christmas business is first before the award show. So Merry Christmas to you, Ryan. How you doing?
Thank you.
How you doing
I'm
for Christmas?
good, man. What am I doing for Christmas?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Here, open presents. Grandma, open presents. Father's house, open presents. And then come back home, I guess.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan.
You?
I don't wanna, for me, I'm just fucking. I don't wanna break your, I don't wanna spoil you or, like, break your illusion, but, do you know who brings you those presents?
Fucking crazy monster from season 2 of Our Love, Death, and Robots. That shit was wild.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
I'm gonna rewatch that shit on Christmas.
I was wondering. This is a topic of conversation every Christmas. Everybody discusses this every time the year gets to this point.
Yes.
And one day, I'm sure you will have this conversation with yourself, and I will as well. Well, not really. I've already decided. Are you going to tell your kids whether or not Santa Claus exists?
I like the idea of children having the ability to believe in magical shit. It allows their imagination to run wild, and then once you get older, society tries to stunt that shit. But that also comes with the bad news of having to tell them that Santa's fake.
That you lied to them.
Yeah, but
that they should never trust what you say.
I don't know. Depends on how cool my kid is. If my kid's cool, they'll probably figure it out that there's no such thing as a white man giving black people free gifts.
I've thought about this a lot. Yeah, I've thought about this for a while. I don't think so. I feel like
think you'll tell your kid that Santa
I don't
exists?
think I'll tell my kid that Santa exists or not. Because I'll be honest with you. If we don't have a chimney in the place that I'm living at, that's like first and foremost one of the things I'm gonna need to like have in mind. As to whether or not I'm gonna lie to my child. If I continue to lie to him, I'm gonna just have to come up with some crazy shit. Like this fat dude broke into the house. And he broke into the house with an Xbox and
he left it. He just left it.
I made him cookies and shit. I made him milk. He was fucking with it, and then he left. I've thought about this. Would you think that telling your kid about Santa Claus or like the Easter Bunny, do you think that's good for them?
I don't think lying to anyone is good for them, but I also.
But yeah, I feel like selling the idea of like, well, what does the Easter Bunny do?
Lay eggs with money in them.
Do rabbits lay eggs?
No.
We're gonna have to come up with something else.
And the kid will listen to it because they're fucking stupid and gullible.
Exactly.
And that's why we love them.
No easier mark than a child.
Nope. Hey, we got a war show.
Welcome to the Bad Input Awards, everybody.
That's not a fucking intro to the show.
After a good preamble about the morality of lying to children, let's get right into these awards of like companies that lie to us. Our first award category, the I Just Want to Live in This World award. So the I Just Want to Live in This World award is basically, it doesn't have to be
that world.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a great game. It doesn't have to be an amazing game. It's just a world that you enjoy being in. My pick for the I Just Want to Live in This World award is going to Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077 has a lot of faults, the world design and environment not being one of them. It's one of the only things that can't really be ruined by the frame rate or the bugs in the game. Like, everything about the world design of Cyberpunk is amazing. It's too bad that it's in a game that does not work. But I would love to live there.
No, you wouldn't. That shit would be trash.
I feel like I would die pretty quickly, but like if I move there, I feel like...
But the idea, I understand.
The idea of it. The idea of being in this beautiful Ghost in the Shell Cyberpunk Blade Runner world, and I want to... Like, it's a cool world, and I want to be a robot person. I want to have, like, robot limbs and shit. You know what I mean? So, That's mostly the reason.
Yeah.
So, what is your pick for the I Just Want to Live in This World award?
Easy. The Matrix Awakens an Unreal Engine 5 experience is the world I want to live in. Minecraft.
Okay.
Got back into Minecraft due to the Cliffs and Caves update. Man, it's so fucking fun. It is.
What did they add to it?
Cliffs and caves.
All right, that sums it up.
They reworked entire generation of caves. Added more biomes, and then they're doing the next update that is supposed to come out in like January, I think, and that adds a bunch of shit, new animals, and wireless redstone. That shit about to be fucking crazy.
What do you enjoy about the world?
Everything? What do you mean? If Nigel would be on the server, he would understand what it looked like, and he'd be like, yeah, it's cool as shit. But since he ain't, just take my word for it. It's cool as shit.
We just take his word for it. And the next award we have here is the Games That Deserve More Credit award. This is a category specifically for games that don't get talked about enough. Games that are great, even amazing, but may not be in the Game Awards nominees like they should be. For this category, I am split between two games, and that is going to be a theme of the Bad Input Awards. We don't have rules. Just two dudes.
Fuck them.
But the games that deserve more credit, first being Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment is another game.
The Yakuza guys, right?
Yeah, the Yakuza guys. It's the Yakuza company. They mainly make Yakuza. Judgment is a new series that they just started making that will be ending after this one.
Yep.
Two games, Lost Judgment being the most recent one, and it is fantastic. The story itself is fantastic, but aside from that, what if you didn't want to play the main story at all? There is hours and hours, and I mean hours and hours, meaning like hundreds and maybe even thousands of hours of gameplay in Lost Judgment.
Is this the biker gang game that you've been playing every once in a while?
It's an everything game. I've joined many gangs.
Aren't you a cop though?
Yes. So as I stated previously, Lost Judgment has so many quest lines you can pursue. It has like an elusive amount of depth that you do not expect until you jump headfirst into what you're about to do. Yagami works at a school in this game. This school has many clubs. There's a boxing club. It has its own boxing minigame, a boxing fighting system that is entirely different from the main fighting system in the game itself, that you use entirely for this thing, for this club, for this minigame, that you may not even go near. You may not even touch. You may not even, like, see any of the stuff that's in it, which is amazing to me. They have the biker gang club. You don't drive in the game. They had to make an entirely new driving system for this club, for this minigame. So this game deserves so much more credit than it has gotten. And it's definitely one of the best games of the year. One of the most entertaining at the very least. 100% recommend, go play that game. That game is great. Even if you don't pick it up, those games will keep coming out every year. Another game that deserves more credit is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. One of the most convoluted and complicated stories I've ever played, but definitely top 10, one of the best, especially by the time I got to the end of it and figured out what was really going on. Aside from the visual novel elements, There is an RTS system that is mechs and shit. It's like a mech strategy game.
Mm-hmm.
It's half visual novel, probably 75% visual novel, 25% mech battles. The art is beautiful. The art looks amazing. It's very gorgeous, like hand-drawn style that looks really, really good. I don't want to spoil anything. If I literally say anything about like plot points or something like that, it's a spoiler. But I will say, it has to do with time travel, it has to do with UFOs, it has to do with mechs, has to do with Nazis, has to do with World War II. Play the game. Play this game, please. It's really, really good. So those are the winners of my Games That Deserve More Credit awards.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah, I only had 2 for this category. What lovely video games have you decided to bless with your stamp of approval?
I played maybe 70 games this year. Who knows? I enjoyed some of them a lot. Were just games that I just played because they were multiplayer and people wanted to play them, and we didn't want to be bored. 2 of them are single player, so I got to experience them by myself. But the first one, and this was a game me and Nigel could not find, and then I found it. It came out within like the last 3 months. The Artful Escape.
The Artful Escape was the game I was trying to think of.
I know.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Artful Escape.
I've heard that's really good. I heard it's really, really good.
It's a lot of things, but one is visualizing and actualizing and your dreams and
Manifesting.
Manifesting and doing what you want to do. You're the nephew of this country singer that is everybody loves his music. You're going to play at a concert the next day. You literally go on this alien adventure. You go to like 5 alien planets and you become the best musician of the galaxy. Okay. All in all, though, I fucking teared up. The game is great. I would encourage anyone who has like 4 hours. I beat it in one sitting. And it was great, man. It really hit home, especially for someone who makes music.
I didn't want you to take this personally, but I was gonna be like, oh, you're gonna cry? You're gonna listen to music and cry?
That's funny. Nah, I didn't cry. I teared up, though. The second one is Narita Boy, like 2D side-scroller, I guess Metroidvania-esque game. Really like the music. Combat's great. I haven't played it in a while, but I do know it is a solid and visually very beautiful game. Great game. You guys should play it. It's on Game Pass still. That's how I played it and will continue to play it. It's essentially Tron.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
It's Tron in the aspect of you being transported inside a video game world via PC. Everything else is different, though. And you're not riding on light bikes and shit like that.
You're not fighting Jeff Bridges?
No.
Damn. No. Okay. Well, I passed. Next game.
Word. And this is another game I haven't played in a minute, but Arizona Sunshine. A lot of people know about that game. I put it on here because it was my first year playing it, because I just got my VR headset. Great co-op game. Game was fun as shit and scary as hell. Yeah, play that too if you got a VR headset. And that's my games that deserve more credit.
Okay, for sure. And now on to These Fucking Hands Award. An award category strictly for games with hands. Games that had some hands on them. Are we able to high five? Well, I'll go for it, and I'll just in post fix it. So you lift up your arm.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2.
I thought we was doing it on 3, 2.
I didn't even say
go.
1. Yeah, I didn't even say. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. But the These Fucking Hands Award is an award category for fighting games, brawling games, brawlers, anything in that category, anything like that. So first of all, being a hands enthusiast myself, I will go first.
Yeah, you were wrestling in high school.
And yeah, I wrestled in high school and I boxed before.
I joined jiu-jitsu.
You took jiu-jitsu?
I'm taking it currently.
What color belt are you?
White. I just started.
Okay.
What the fuck? I just started.
Okay.
This month, like 2
Damn.
weeks ago.
So if I ran up on you right now, you wouldn't be able to stop me?
I would fuck you up.
You got a white belt, though.
That don't mean shit.
You about to choke me out with it?
Nah, I'm gonna take your knees out with a baseball bat. I didn't say I
Oh,
was going.
For the These Fucking Hands award, my pick for the year goes to Guilty Gear Strive. Guilty Gear Strive is probably the biggest fighting game that came out this year.
Cap.
Now that we have the interruptions from the peanut gallery over with.
Oh.
Guilty Gear Strive is the fighting game I've played the most this year. It is very great in general, just generally, it's great. Animation is great, art style is wonderful. The fighting is fantastic, though it is stripped back from previous Guilty Gears. I do feel like it is stripped back in a way that I do still enjoy. Very great, especially in terms of the other fighting games that are in competition with it as well. Better than Street Fighter, to me, at least. I would be hard-pressed to see anybody pick a different fighting game than this fighting game. I'll be honest.
Easy.
Okay, let's see.
Super hot VR. You literally use your fists via the VR controllers in that bitch, and
So
you
technically
work up a
that counts.
storm. It works. I mean, yeah, you do be blowing niggas' face away with the Uzis and shit and the dual pistols. You got your katanas. You do be fucking people up with ashtrays and shit like that. And you also get the ability to use telekinesis to blow niggas' heads up eventually, but you can still put your fists in that game. So I'll put that up as a nominee, only because, once again, I just got my VR headset. This is why I said Cap. This is the biggest game of 2021. It was here and gone immediately. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, baby.
I didn't even think of that, actually. I'll be honest.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, here and gone. Game is broken. Fucking Patrick.
Patrick Star.
Yeah, Patrick's OP in that game.
Keep an eye on that game. They just added Garfield.
Garfield is in Nickelodeon, though. Is it?
I don't know why they added him in there, but he's in there.
I
I think he had an
Cartoon
animated
Network.
show.
I thought that was on Cartoon Network.
I think the animated show definitely wasn't on Cartoon Network.
It wasn't on Cartoon Network?
I feel like, no, it wasn't on Cartoon Network. I'm lying like a motherfucker. Let me
Was it
look
on
this
Cartoon
up.
Network?
I feel like there was one show that was on Cartoon Network. The Garfield show was on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
But that's the 3D animated one. That's a nasty looking one. That was the one you was fucking with? Oh, Garfield and Friends. Garfield and Friends was the name
I
of the
wasn't
other one.
fucking with none of them. Garfield is a whack ass character. That nigga sucked.
The Garfield and Friends show was on CBS. It was not on Nickelodeon.
That's why I don't understand why he's gonna be on the Nickelodeon game.
Why is he in a Nickelodeon game?
I don't know.
Garfield Nickelodeon. Let me look up Garfield Nickelodeon and see. If you're just tuning in to the Bad Input Awards, we are looking up if Garfield, the titular cat and lasagna loving cat Garfield, we're seeing if he had a show on Nickelodeon right now. We'll get back to the awards in a second. CBS is Nickelodeon's parent company. So CBS is technically, it aired on CBS, so it's technically.
That is a stretch and a fucking half.
Yeah.
Most disappointing game. Let's
So-
bring that back over to Nigel.
Moving over to the most disappointing
I already
game
announced
award.
it. Just say the game.
Moving over to the most disappointing game of the year award, we have my pick being Biomutant. A game that I legitimately looked forward to for years, and when it came out, played it for a bit, did not like it at all. When I first saw trailers of this game, I was like, oh, cool. You can play as like a customizable little animal creature that is not real, not a real animal. But you can make your own little fucking freak of nature and play as him in the open world and go around using your sword and fight big bosses and shit like that. Like, it's an open world game. You do fight big bosses. You do fight enemies in the open world. But the way it's presented to you is possibly the worst way a game has presented itself to me ever in my life.
Nice.
The cutscenes are horrible. Every cutscene sucks. That is because no one in the cutscene is actually talking. All of the characters speak a gibberish language that is not real, and it is talked over by a narrator who narrates everything. Every cutscene. You don't know who these characters are. You don't know their personality traits. You don't know who they are as characters because the narrator is speaking over them. You're getting your story like told to you through the narrator. You're not learning it from being in the world and talking to the characters. You're learning it entirely from the narrator summing up, not even word for word what they're saying, just summing up everything they say. The dude speaks in gibberish first, and then the narrator comes after and says, I think he said you need to go up the street or some shit like that. The combat also not great. You start an attack, your character like zips around really fast in a way that doesn't feel natural to control, and the combat's kind of stiff. Not a great game. Definitely not what I expected it to be. And even if this is what I expected it to be, this is not good. Would not recommend. So what's your most disappointing game?
2010's Darkest of Days. Game sucks.
Darkest of Days?
Yeah, from 2010.
I've never heard of that game.
Plot. In the darkest of days, Morris then begins his combat training with his partner, Agent Dexter, another MIA from history who is implied to have gone missing on 9/11. The game is not good. I hated this game. I think I spent real money on this game.
Oh no, that's worse.
As a kid, and I just wanted to shit on it because it popped up in my head as a shitty game.
Here we are on the This Is Bad But I Enjoy It award. This is the This Is Bad But I Enjoy It award, and today we are giving it to, well, I am giving it to.
Yeah, because fuck that.
GTA Definitive Edition.
Game sucks.
It's a terrible game. Yeah, odds are, if you are aware of GTA Definitive Edition at the current moment, you are aware of how bad this port is. How bad everything is. I don't know how they fucked up this port of this game so bad. I don't know how they did it. I put it in this category because I still enjoy it, though.
Yeah.
It's still GTA. It's still San Andreas. I've been playing a lot of San Andreas, and San Andreas, the core of it, fun. It's still a fun game if you can work past the how ugly it is, how broken it is, how ugly it is. Every single character is really goddamn ugly. The bugs aren't in the way as much as seeing them online would tell you they are. But aside from that, still fun. But it is bad. If anything, wait until they make a less ugly version.
Black Ops Cold War came out last year. Been playing it all the way through this year because we're not buying Vanguard. I'm not buying Activision games anymore. The game is just a really less polished Modern Warfare 2019. Only reason I was playing Black Ops Cold War was like 2v2s, and yeah, that's it. Shitty game. I don't fuck with Call of Duty anymore. Most corrupt company.
So, yeah, we're moving on to most corrupt company. As you mentioned previously, Activision, you're not buying any more Activision games anymore. Okay, so, most corrupt company, I have two here. The gaming industry has been awful this year. And it's been awful for a range of companies, honestly. Ubisoft, incredibly corrupt company. You can suck a dick. Those guys are terrible.
They do suck dicks. Just not consensually.
I included Ubisoft because their wrong should be spoken about regardless of whether they're the winner of this award, or not. Activision Blizzard is the worst company this year, but it is the worst company this year for things that have been exposed throughout years of investigation, in which a lot of these aren't accusations. These are facts. There's sexual harassment that's rampant throughout the company. Every month or so, every few weeks at least, we get more stories about how Activision is currently. It has not gotten better. We've gotten more stories from the past as well, such as the time that Bobby Kotick learned that someone was going to be fired for sexual harassment, and Bobby Kotick himself intervened so that he wouldn't be fired. Most recently, in a lot of the Activision Blizzard stuff that has come out, one of the things specifically that that I think the PR person said was that there are too many instances or incidents in the company for Bobby Kotick to know of all of them. And I don't think that's a good defense to not know how many rapists are in your company.
And even if you don't know one rapist, there should still be measures in place where those people are held accountable, fired, and promptly sent to prison for their.
If it's more than one, and you don't know who else is there harassing and raping, I feel like you should figure that out instead of promoting them and moving them around. That would probably solve the problem. But maybe this will be fixed when Bobby Kotick is implementing a zero tolerance policy for across the company. A new zero tolerance policy.
Amazing.
That's meant to stop harassment and rape throughout the company.
Wow.
The thing is, though, Bobby, is that if you enact a zero tolerance policy, this should also include you, who has been accused many times of harassment. So, hopefully he's gone. But yeah, fuck Bobby Kotick, fuck Yves Guillemot, fuck Activision Blizzard, and fuck Ubisoft. We are moving on to Worst Game of 2021. We are at the penultimate award category.
Who produced Balan Wonderworld?
It was the same. It was the producer that was behind many of the Sonic games, actually. Yuji Naka. He was the director of many a Sonic game. He directed this game, and you can tell because it's very colorful.
Game sucked dick from the back, though.
I don't think have you heard of this game?
Yeah, I know about it. Critical did a video on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. This game is fucking terrible.
Yep.
It's ugly to look at, but someone that works there knows how to do art. The game has a horrible soundtrack, but someone out there knows how to do music. No one there knows how to make a working platforming video game, though. So every button is jump. You can't remap to have different buttons because that's cheating, because they only want you to have one thing to be able to do. They only want you to be able to move and hit an action button. Didn't really think how this would work in a video game. The result is not fun. Imagine a game where all you could do was goddamn jump. Oh wait, we have Mario, but at least he can do other things. In Super Mario 1, Mario jumps, but he can get a flower and shoot. He can also still jump after he gets the flower and is able to shoot as well.
Mine is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Game is not fun.
Every time a Smash clone comes out, I just give it like a few months and hear if it's like decent to touch
it
or
died.
not.
It was DOA. It was hot for the day, and
it died on arrival. Yeah, because they also didn't have voice acting in that game, which made it feel very dead.
Yep.
Very dead and awkward and weird.
No voice acting at all.
Moving on to the illustrious, the amazing, the coveted Bad Input Game of the Year award. I have multiple games of the year because this year was weird. Couldn't pick just one. So starting off my three, we have Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium technically came out last year, but the fully voiced version of it came out this year.
I'm gonna buy it right now.
You should, yeah, you should.
I'm broke as hell. I shouldn't be doing this. My bank account looking crazy low, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, we making irresponsible choices on the show here tonight.
Exactly.
If someone told me that this was their favorite game of all time, I would 100% believe them and understand. This is the best RPG game, the best role-playing game I've ever played. It's the most role-playing game I've ever played as well. That being in terms of the fact that it plays like a tabletop game in which you do most of your actions through dice rolls. You pick out these stats, a laundry list of stats that you can choose from. And these stats affect who you are as a person. I didn't realize how serious this was until way later in the game when they started becoming more noticeable. All your skills talk to you, but the ones you put points into talk to you more. It affects every conversation in the game because they talk to you constantly. You could have entirely different experiences based on where you put your skills. You can permanently infuse your character with personality traits that make them actually different.
Game of the year did not come out this year. It's Enter the Gungeon.
I was gonna say that.
Fucking fantastic game, dude. But it's the game that easily kept my sanity from cracking open
during this pandemic.
Love that game to death. My personal goal is to unlock every item in the game. We'll see how that goes, but that's the game of my game of the year for me, man.
My second one is going to be It Takes Two. It won actual game of the year at the Game Awards, which is 100% deserved because I love everything that Hazelight has been doing. I loved A Way Out and I love It Takes Two. And similarly to A Way Out, in It Takes Two, you're in a co-op adventure, except for in It Takes Two, every section of the game is completely different from the last. You could be doing entirely new game mechanics, and all of them are extremely entertaining, and all of them are extremely well made, and they're all super fun. There was not a bad segment in that game, and the entire way through, super fun. I highly recommend it if you have someone to play with. You literally can't play it single player, but yeah, It Takes Two, amazing all the way through. What a great game, and 100% well deserved for the award.
My game of the year is Minecraft. Yeah, I just enjoy the shit out of that game, especially with all the new updates. I love that it is still finding an audience and still being developed and loved and cared for. So that's why Minecraft is in my games of the year.
On to my final game of the year, and this is I wasn't planning for this to be the last game to be talked about, but I 100% stand behind it. No More Heroes 3 is one of my games of the year. Great game. It is the best No More Heroes game as far as combat and exploration. No More Heroes 1 and 2 were on the Wii. The full few generations that you jump to get to 3, you can feel in how No More Heroes 3 feels. That, and generally, this game has everything I just love. It has so much personality. The character's always talking about, like, directors he likes, anime he likes. He's doing wrestling moves in combat and referencing them in conversation. There's multiple cutscenes throughout the game where Travis Touchdown is talking about Takashi Miike. I've watched a few movies from this director, and it is because I played this game that has introduced me to a whole world in an entirely different medium. And if a game can do that for you, I feel like it is a step above a lot others. Because not only did I really enjoy this game, I enjoyed the things that it put me on afterwards, that it told me about. But with that, I'm going to give No More Heroes 3 my last Game of the Year award. And with that, we come to the end of our Bad Input Awards. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the new year with a whole
Kwanzaa.
I'm racist. Happy Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Alien Day, whatever y'all aliens do on Christmas when the Christmas comes. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Happy Winter Solstice.
Happy Winter Solstice, and see you in the new year.